welcome to Newsline, a 30-minute presentation of the most reliable news from Liberia and the rest of the world. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of December 2023. I am Vafli Kamara presenting. In the headlines, National Elections Commission formally certificates President-elect Joseph Boakai following his victory in November. Former Chief Justice Gloria Musso-Scott and three family members expected to be sentenced early January next year. President-elect Joseph Boakai rallied citizens to join the incoming administration in building a new Liberia. And away from home, Democratic Republic of Congo's opposition plans its election protest despite government ban. These and many more stories, including sports, the weather report, the news in French, are coming up. First is Zukwe Bestokone and the news bulletin.
The National Elections Commission has formally certificated Liberian President-elect Ambassador Joseph Boakai. It followed his election victory over incumbent President George Weah in November this year. Ambassador Boakai won with 50.64% of the votes against George Weah's 49.36% in November's runoff elections. In a special statement at the ceremony in Monrovia Wednesday, NEC chairperson David Eto Brown-Lassana thanked Liberians for their unwavering commitment to democracy.
The Commission remains ever grateful to all electoral stakeholders for your meaningful contributions in ensuring a successful 2023 general election.
The NEC boss lauded the government, partners, polling staff, and all those who made the 2023 elections a resounding success. Today's certification now paves the way for the president-elect's inauguration on January 22, 2024. At the same time, President-elect Joseph Boakai is calling on all Liberians to join efforts with his administration in the rebuilding process of the country. Ambassador Boakai said he is desirous of putting Liberia back on the rightful track to ensure that Liberians benefit from the fruit of their democracy. He said after his inauguration, his administration will lay out a roadmap that would fully articulate the progress and development agenda of the country.
This event will be meaningless. Liberians cannot benefit from the dividends of democracy. It must be felt every village, every town and city. We must recuperate through all our region. Therefore, we call upon all Liberians to join me in building this country.
The president-elect spoke Wednesday at a program marking his certification by the National Elections Commission following his victory in the November 14 runoff presidential election. Ambassador Boakai assured that he will endeavor to make Liberia an enviable country in the sub-region and promised to uphold the trust reposed in him by the Liberian people. Criminal Court A has announced January 4 next year as the date for the sentencing of former Chief Justice Gloria Musso-Scott and three family members. Councillor Gloria Scott, Rebecca Wisner, Gertrude Newton, and Alice Johnson were found guilty by trial jurors on December 21, with 11 for guilty and 1 for not guilty. The sentencing of the four family members was announced through a notice of assignment to both defense and prosecuting lawyers as provided for by law. The court's action is consistent with Chapter 50, Section 50.5 of the new Penal Law of Liberia. They will be incarcerated at the Monrovia Central Prison until the Supreme Court can dispose of the matter based on an exception taken by defense team. Gloria Musso-Scott, Gertrude Newton, Rebecca Wisner, and Alice Johnson allegedly murdered Shalom Musu at their Broadville residence on February 22 this year. Increasing sale of narcotic drugs has been reported in rural Montserrat County. Our correspondent is quoted as saying petty drug peddlers are seen at marketplaces amid ongoing crackdown by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency officers. Our correspondent named Tody Junction and towns around the St. Paul River as epic centers for the sale of narcotic substances. Meanwhile, citizens of rural Montserrat County are calling on government to beef up the strength of the joint security to curtail the sale of drugs in the area. Unknown individuals have reportedly burglarized the superintendent's compound in Grand Bassa County. A correspondent said Monday's incident led to the robbers making away with electric wires and window glasses, among others. According to our correspondent, Superintendent Edwin Williams has not yet moved to the facility due to an appeal by former Superintendent John J. Bakpe to remain in the compound until after the 2023 elections. Our correspondent said since the former superintendent left, the compound has been vulnerable with no security. Meanwhile, the situation has raised concerns among citizens of the county. At least one additional person has been confirmed dead following Tuesday's tanker explosion in Totota, Bon County. A tanker carrying gasoline along the Banga Highway reportedly exploded, leading to the deaths and injuries of unspecified number of people. Though the total death toll is yet unknown, Phoebe Hospital Communications Officer Samuel Plauru confirmed one person dead due to severe wounds.
Saw the entrance of 81 patients yesterday were victims of the flu, and most of the patients who came were very, very critical. When we get in, one death has been reported.
According to him, at least 81 victims of the incident are currently undergoing treatment at the Phoebe Hospital, while 27 others are being transferred to the JFK Memorial Hospital in Monrovia. Meanwhile, the Phoebe Hospital is calling on government and institutions to help the victims seek advanced treatment. A resident of the PHP community, Prince Brooks, wants the incoming government prioritize the development of young people. Mr. Brooks said the overall development of the youthful population is pivotal to the advancement of every nation. He believes providing young people with the requisite skills can help them become meaningful contributors to country's growth and development. Mr. Brooks described the youthful population as an integral part, emphasizing the need for their inclusion in national decision making processes. He spoke recently in an ELBC interview. Four civil society organizations in Grand Crew County have embarked on a massive awareness on girls' education. The organizations are helping Our People Excel Incorporated, Paramount Young Women Initiative, Care Found Liberia, and Grand Crew Youth Development Association. The awareness is being carried out under the project title Educate Her. Speaking at the gathering in Barclayville, the head of Sewoda, L'Oreal Dwyer, said the project will enable girls acquire education instead of early marriage. The organizations have been holding consultative meetings with traditional stakeholders of Grand Cess, Pignesses, and Barclayville as part of efforts to increase awareness on the importance of girls' education. A motor accident has left one person dead and two others hospitalized in Riverview County. The 44-year-old victim, identified as Jalakone, died at the Tuabo Bawuliken Clinic in Riverview County while undergoing medical treatment. According to our correspondent, the incident occurred between Tuabo Bawuliken and Wea Town on Saturday. The driver has reportedly admitted to police investigators that he was very tired and sleepy while driving. The victim is said to have jumped down from the truck after noticing that the driver had lost control of the road.
Zokwe Beslokone there with the news bulletin. You're listening to Newsland on ELBC Radio. One of the big stories we're following this afternoon: former Chief Justice Gloria Moses Scott and three family members expected to be sentenced to early January next year. Well, the National Elections Commission has formally certificated Liberian President-elect Ambassador Joseph Boakai following his election victory in November. In a special statement at the ceremony in Monrovia Wednesday, NEC chairperson Tivieta Brown Lassana thanked Liberians for choosing the path of democracy.
You will recall on the 8th of December 2023, the